boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringle here, and it is race week as we head to Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix. So let's get on into the race preview for the Formula One French Grand Prix. So first and foremost, like we start out every single video, we are going to take a look at the track layout for Paul Ricard, but we're going to look at it in video form this time. So let's shoot on over into the video and let's take a look at what Paul Ricard is going to offer our drivers for 2022.
What's going on, guys? Here is the track layout for the 2022 French Grand Prix at the Circuit Paul Ricard. We are looking at Lewis Hamilton driving the Paul Ricard circuit in 2017. He was doing a Pirelli tire test for them in 2017, which the track hasn't changed all that much since 2017, so I figured this would be the best video for us to get a chance to take a look at the layout of Circuit Paul Ricard. So as we're picking it up here, he's on the start-finish straightaway. This is the first of two DRS detection zones, but you'll only get the DRS at the end of this lap, not as opposed to the start of this lap. So going down into turn one, a lot of drivers have talked about how bumpy it is during braking, and you'll see that as he's turning into turn one there, he's catching curb. Now, we don't know how the 2022 cars, it looks like they kind of get upset when you get the 2022 cars onto the curbs. So it'll be really interesting to see, when they start to, are they going to take more curb? Are they going to take less curb and try to get more towards the white line instead? So that'll be real interesting to see. But turn one, turn two complex here, very quick left to right-hander. Right-hander will, again, maybe touching curb here. Nice little straightaway going down into a small little chicane area. It's the Virage de la Hotel. Going in here to turn four, it's a very fast little right-hander going into a little bit longer of a left-hander. You'll then come out onto turn 5 here, and then turn 6 and turn 7 is a very, very long right-hand turn here that'll lead you on to the very first DRS zone. Important key here is to get good traction in the corner. Don't run it too deep. Hit your apexes correctly, and it'll lead you getting onto that DRS straight. It'll put you in great position to potentially be behind another car to make a pass, especially if you're in this DRS zone. So going down this straight here, you're getting ready to head towards a major chicane. It's called the Chicane Nord here, so a lot of passes happen here off the DRS straight. This is a great section that you've seen a lot of good moves. As a matter of fact, in 2021, you saw really good moves here by Daniel Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso here. This is a great opportunity for passing here. Now, in the past, you've been able to catch these two curbs here in turn 9 and basically turn 10, if you want to call it that, where you've been able to catch a lot of curb. Now, you may not be able to do that now, again, like I've stated with the 2022 cars, but it'd be really interesting to see, through the practice section, how much curb each car is going to take. Now you got a little straight section here before you're going full out into turn 10. This is one of those areas that you're probably not letting go on the gas. You're going full out in turn 10, which then leads you into an extremely long right-handed turn. It's turn 11. This is one, you're basically going back the opposite direction that you just came from here. Then going into turn 12, the Virage de Bendour, it's going to be that last little section here before you get to the pit entry here. Small little right-hander, very high speed. This is where your pit entry is going to be just at the end of the Virage de Luc. I don't know if you can see it here. They don't necessarily show you, but right here is about where the pit entry is going to be. And it's a very long pit entrance there. So, and you have to take it very slow. It's probably one of the slower pit entries that you'll have here. So you'll take this tight little left-hander and then this really hard right-hander that'll lead you on to the second of the two DRS zones, lead you down this straightaway, and that is a lap of the circuit, Paul Ricard.
So going into the race this weekend, Max Verstappen still holds the lead over Charles Leclerc. It's at 39 points. Sergio Perez holding third place and Carlos Sainz in fourth place. This is going to be, I would say, another make or break race for Charles Leclerc and whether or not he can really truly get back into this fight for the World Championship. And then on the constructors side of things, Red Bull still leads over Ferrari. They're up over 60 points on Ferrari right now. So Ferrari needs a really good result from both drivers this weekend. So now talking upgrades. So we know that there has been talk about the flexi floors, as they're called, that Ferrari and Red Bull have had, and even apparently Mercedes has since issued those, or has put the flexi floor on, as we saw in Austria. Going into this week, Red Bull's bringing in an update to their floor. Now, whether that means that they're going to stick with that flexi floor, or they're going to maybe move on to kind of stiffening that floor, that remains to be seen. But Ferrari's not bringing any updates. Mercedes is not bringing any updates. There's been talk that this may be the race that Haas finally brings their big update package. There's rumors that it may be this week, or that it may be Hungary. They may be holding their cards close to the vest on whether or not they're going to bring upgrades this weekend. Alpine is definitely bringing more upgrades, as they've seen some very good things coming out of the upgrades that they've brought so far. They had really good upgrades in Silverstone. Austria, you really didn't see too much of how those upgrades were going to work, so they're going to bring another update package there to France, which is basically Renault's home track. So this is probably the perfect time for them to bring updates. Now talking about the weather. Obviously, weather is going to always play a huge factor in all of this, and it is going to be hot. Hot. France is literally running in the 90s to near 100s. They've been in a massive heat wave like we have here in Texas. But it has absolutely been just dog hot. It's been so bad over in Europe, in France, Spain, Portugal, that they've actually had wildfires starting in certain portions of the country. Now, I don't see that affecting the racetrack itself, but with those hot temperatures, there's been talk that with Ferrari's reliability issues relying a lot to do with the overheating of the engines, is this going to be another race that Ferrari potentially sees their overheating issues rear its ugly head again and maybe knocks out one, if not both, of the Ferraris? So now race prediction time. So 2 weeks ago in Austria, we saw that Charles Leclerc was finally able to bring the fight to Max Verstappen, and we were actually able to see that Ferrari may finally have started to figure some things out with the car, especially with Charles Leclerc, who I think had pretty dominating victory in Austria. And I think it obviously really helped their championship hopes and really kind of brought them back into this championship. But with all that being said, with it being hot, we just don't know how those Ferrari engines are going to react to the heat. Have Ferrari been able to figure out what the overheating issue was, and have they been able to give a solution to not only their team, but to the Ferrari-powered teams, to where their car is not going to overheat, and it's not going to, potentially blow an engine or blow certain engine parts? I just don't know. As much as I would like to say that Austria was kind of the beginning of a second season for Charles Leclerc, I just think Max Verstappen and Red Bull have just been too dominant here over the last couple of months. And so with that being said, Red Bull's bringing in this new upgrade to their floor. Now, most of the teams and most of the FIA, they've all been saying that this has really produced a lot more speed for Red Bull. And so are they bringing in an upgrade that's going to potentially, stiffen up that floor? And if it does stiffen up that floor, does that slow them down? So, that's something that we have to look forward to. So not only does the Red Bull upgrades that are coming this weekend to the floor, is that going to affect their speed? And is the heat going to affect the Ferrari, engine power? And is it going to affect the reliability? So going into my predictions, I just think Max Verstappen right now is just head and shoulders above the rest. Max has been just racing phenomenally, and I think Austria was one of those one-offs for him, and I really see a Max Verstappen victory coming in France. I do think Charles Leclerc is going to finish second. I still think that Charles and Ferrari are going. I don't think the reliability issues are going to poke their ugly head out. I think that Charles is going to be able to finish this race, so he's going to finish second. I think Carlos Sainz is going to have another really good race here, and he's going to finish third. And Sergio Perez is going to finish fourth. But, there's a lot of talk, too, that this is the race for Mercedes. This is the chance for them to potentially get a victory. And, with them now potentially of putting in the flexi floors, maybe this is their chance. But, I really thought that last weekend, and, you kind of saw Lewis fall off. You kind of saw George fall off. I just don't know. I'm not ready to say that Mercedes is back full time. Great last two races for them. But let's see what they can do in France. Let's see if they can keep that going, keep that, momentum going for them. But again, like I said, Max Verstappen is going to win the French Grand Prix. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you guys think is going to win the French Grand Prix? What are you guys looking forward to the most for the French Grand Prix? Let me know that in the comment section down below as well. Guys, slap a like on these Formula 1 videos. That helps me out so much, and it helps out other Formula 1 fans who are looking for race recaps, race previews, stuff like that. It really helps them to get that video out to them as well. And guys, as always, subscribe if you guys are new to this channel for more daily and weekly Formula 1 content, doing more reaction videos as we progress throughout the year. So guys, stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel for that. But guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel, signing off.